Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. Today we have with us a new and a special guest with us, Keith Henderson. Keith is CEO of Centenera Mining Corporation, which can be traded as CT on the TSX Venture and as CTMIF on the OTC-QB. I understand you're traveling, Keith, but thanks for taking the time for being here with us today and discussing some important news with Centenera.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. Thanks, Jeb. Hopefully the airport announcements will stay at a minimum for a few minutes.
Yes, well, let's quickly review about Centenera Mining Corporation before we get into today's important drilling news. You're focused on an advanced copper-gold porphyry project, Esperanza. Talk to us about your background and Centenera Mining, about the project and about the management.
Centenera, it's basically myself and a fairly focused board, which includes Henk van Alphen, who's CEO of Wealth Minerals as well. Henk's been working in Argentina for many years, since about 1991. I myself have really only been there since about 2006, 2007, something like that. It's really a great country to work in. It's a place where honestly there's good times and bad times, but it's politically super stable right now. We put Centenera together about 2 years ago, specifically to get back into Argentina. We could see that the political situation was becoming very favorable, very pro-investment and pro-mining, and so we really just wanted to take advantage of that. So we got into the country at the beginning of what has become a bit of a staking rush. We've acquired some fantastic projects, and the flagship of that, as you mentioned, is the Esperanza copper gold porphyry system. What's special about Esperanza is that it's at surface. And that's a really, really unusual thing to find in either Argentina or Chile or anywhere in South America. Typically, in this day and age, all of the things that are at surface have been explored or owned by big companies. And it's a super unusual situation to find a junior with a project like this, with so much mineralization at surface, and able to drill holes like we've put out today.
Let's talk about the news that you put out today. From surface, 0 meters to 166 meters, grading 1.14% copper equivalent. These are very positive drill results and appears to show that there's a lot of upside here. Could you comment on today's news?
Yeah, this is an exceptional result. We were just talking in the office yesterday. We've had a lot of companies come out of our office over the years, and we don't think we've ever had an intersection like this that we've been able to put into the market. It's just fabulous to have this kind of mineralization from surface. To have over 1% in copper equivalent is amazing, and quite a lot better than most other copper porphyry resources in South America. You do, if you go and look for results like this elsewhere in the world, you will find a few examples. You'll find some in Mongolia, for example, but typically what you find is that the mineralization is beginning at like 500 meters below the surface. This is right at surface, and it makes such a huge and fundamental difference.
And I understand that the drill hole is there's more results for the remainder of the drill hole. Could you talk to us about that?
Yeah, basically our drill hole collared in mineralization. So right from the beginning, we're in mineralization. We sent, as soon as we got about half of the hole done, we sent the samples out to the laboratory for analysis. So now that we've got those results, the second half of the hole from 166 meters to 387, that's kind of pending. So we expect to get those results from the lab probably by around the 5th or 6th of May is the current estimate. The labs are very busy with programs, especially with some of the programs now being undertaken in Argentina. So we just have to wait. It takes a few weeks for results to get back. So we thought it was important to get. We could see, looking at the core, that we had something special on our hands. We thought it was important to get some of those samples into the lab as quickly as possible, and that's why we took that step. So we'll just have to wait for a couple more weeks and see what the rest of this hole looks like.
And just to put this discovery in context, we've seen some major gold copper porphyry transactions in Argentina. could you remind investors the importance now that copper's breaking out again in the metals and the commodities about the gold copper porphyry, some of the recent transactions and the value potential, um, upside potential here with this Esperanza project?
Yeah, there's been a few decent transactions in Argentina over the years. There's the last one was 2014, probably. That was the Taca Taca deposit in Salta province, a little north of where we are. That was an acquisition undertaken by First Quantum, and it was valued at 470 US dollars, 470 million. That's a very big deposit. It's about it's almost 3 billion tons if you include indicated and inferred, but the grades are similar to what we have. It's at Esperanza. We've typically been hitting kind of 0.45, 0.49 copper equivalent, and those are the same kind of grades you see at Taca Taca. The grades we're seeing today in this first hole from Centenario kind of blows that out of the water, but it is Taca Taca is a really great deposit. It's a very large deposit, and it attracted that kind of acquisition. Back in 2011 in San Juan, there was another acquisition of the Altar porphyry deposit, which was purchased by Stillwater. That was a $487 million transaction. In that case, it was a smaller deposit, around 800 million tons, which is, it's a bit more normal size for a decent porphyry. That one was 0.42 copper with a little bit of gold attached as well. So not the kind of grade we're looking at, but probably a similar kind of potential tonnage. So we know we have grade at this deposit now, and then we've had 7 historical holes from 06 and 07 which had good grade. Now we've got the first of our own drill holes with really exceptional grade. The key thing really is for us to step out and to start to demonstrate to any companies that might be looking at this the potential tonnage is there, and that's what our aim has always been. So this hole stepped out 100 meters, 120 meters north from a previous drill hole. The hole that we're drilling right now is stepped about 100 meters south. The one that we're planning after that will step about 200 meters south. So really we're trying to define a large area within which we've drilled and intersected mineralization. When you look at this at surface, you've got 1,400 meters by about, I think, 700 meters east-west. There's a very, very big area where there's mineralization at surface. And so, you collar holes within this area and you hit mineralization. It's not a huge surprise, but what is surprising is the grade and the fact that we can get such consistent mineralization over such great thicknesses. I think this is really going to be a good deposit.
Yeah, the grade is exceptional, especially starting out here, and now with stepping out, this could really have the potential to. We haven't seen these sort of grades. So it's quite exciting. Talk to us what the next steps here. You've come up with this amazing first results. Now you have the drill holes continuing in depth, and now you're going to go do step out. So kind of take us through what you see the rest of 2018 is going to look like.
Well, for now, we'll just keep drilling. We'll put another couple of holes in. We might take a short break to get caught up with the analysis. Like the fact that the labs take so long to get the analysis back to us, it might be advantageous for us to take a break for a few weeks, get the results together, and then start again. But what we hope to do overall is just to keep drilling and keep defining to the point where hopefully another company will look at what we're doing and decide that they want to step in and they want to get involved.
So the last time I looked, the market cap's around 12 million. I mean, this is an exceptional first start when we're looking at the grades here. And from what I understand, there's many additional projects, and there's a lithium project, there's gold projects, there's a whole pipeline of projects. Maybe you can talk to us about what the current market cap is and how much value is still unlocked in addition to this, additional to Esperanza.
Yeah, we have quite a bit going on that we haven't talked about a whole lot. The other project that's of very significant interest is Organojo, which is a gold project in Salta province. That's a potentially open-pittable epithermal deposit. It's had quite a bit of historical drilling. It's got a 43-1 one with a geological target range defined, which is of the order of 600 to 900,000 ounces at around 0.91 grams per ton gold. So it's a decent project. It needs quite a bit of drilling, and so we're actively looking for a major company or a mid-tier company partner to get involved with us and kind of take that by the horns and do a lot of drilling there. So hopefully we can get a deal like that closed off in the near future. As Argentina gets more busy, these companies are turning up and they are taking a look at these things. So we hope we can get something done. The hard rock lithium one's interesting. That was a brand new area. We looked at, there'd been historical production of tantalum and bismuth, and we looked at it geologically and we thought, this looks like it could be a lithium project. And of course, lithium never having been in vogue before, nobody had really looked at it. So we went in there and took a bunch of samples, and sure enough, it looks like a decent lithium project. So that's another one. Again, we'd probably prefer to seek a partner. Like, we really want to focus quite a bit of our attention on the Esperanza for now. But yeah, you're right. There's other projects, and we continue to look for other projects as well. There's a bit of a staking rush in Santa Cruz, down in the south of the country right now, with quite a lot of major companies and looking at gold and silver projects. And we hope to get in on the mix there a little bit too. We're looking at some acquisitions and seeing if we can get a hold of a few projects down there too. So yeah, there's a great portfolio of projects, and any one of them really could provide value in the future. But we'll try and stay focused from an exploration perspective on Esperanza for now.
Well, Keith, thanks for taking some time out of your schedule to discuss this important news and discuss the value and the unlocked potential here, both at the Esperanza project and the company as a whole in Argentina, which is coming back into favor, and with some of the big miners such as Barrick and Yamana operating in the province, and the Chinese, I believe, are pretty active there. Is there anything that you'd like to conclude, or anything else that we left out that you'd like to mention about Centinela?
No, I think we covered it off. Companies, I guess the company structure is interesting. We have a couple of very big and very loyal shareholders that hold significant positions in the company, not to mention management also having a fairly significant interest. So I think we're pretty motivated as a management and a board team, and I think our interests are very aligned with any of the interests of shareholders, either existing or new shareholders that are thinking of taking a look at it. So yeah, I really appreciate getting an opportunity to talk to you and getting an opportunity to reach out maybe to some of the people that you can connect us with. And I hope this is going to be of interest to people.
Keith Henderson, CEO of Centinela Mining Corporation, which can be traded as CT on the TSX Venture and as CTMIF on the OTCQB. You can get more information and find out more about these projects by going to their website, which is Centinela Mining, CENTENERA mining.com. Thanks, Keith, for being here with us today and for giving us an introduction into Centinela Mining.
That's great. Thank you very much indeed. Talk soon. Bye.